from New York City out to San Francisco, and every single time, no lie, I have said, "Can we go meet Ayesha Curry?"
Yeah.
So I'm really.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
I'm so excited you're here.
I'm so
Among
excited.
many other things, you are the Queen of San Francisco.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm really, really honored that you're joining us. And I'm really bummed not everyone's out here.
We're here. We are here.
I could just hear them talking, and I'm a vicious camp counselor. So let's
It's the
just
heels.
close the doors, and then we don't have to hear
It
the
takes an extra couple
Okay,
minutes.
so Ayesha, you started with a cooking show.
Yes.
You then had 2 cookbooks.
Yes.
And then a giant line of products, some of which we might see. You're not on.
Is this on? Check.
Okay, this is a totally un-PC thing to say, but I mean, that's kind of amazing no matter who you are. But you could have also just sat still and been an NBA wife.
Facts. So my mom's here tonight, actually, right here in this blue dress. I would like to say she's never had a blemish on her face, and I didn't get that sheen, so I'm really upset about that. But I did get her drive, thank God. She's owned a hair salon for years. Has been working since she was 14 years old under the table as a hairstylist. Became her own businesswoman. She owned the salon for years since I ever could remember. I would answer her phone on Saturdays, but I watched her work tirelessly for years and years and years with joy, and I thought that was really special. And I quickly came to realize that it was because she found joy in working, and she found joy in fulfilling her passion outside of her children. So I was lucky in the sense that I always grew up knowing my mom loves me to death. She'd do anything for me, but at the same time, she's so strong that she has to also fulfill herself, because we have so many women wear so many different hats. And one of them happens to be motherhood, and one of them happens to be being a wife. But at the end of the day, it's like, where does your soul lie? Who are you on the inside? What do you like? What do you enjoy? And for me, it took me a while to realize it, but that was food and culinary and hospitality. And I'm glad that I realized it quickly, but it's what gives me joy, and it's what makes me feel my personal bucket feel full, so that I can be the best mom and the best wife for my family. And so that's why I decided not to, quote unquote, sit on the sidelines, and to really go at it, and not at a look at me, here I am type of way, in a real way where I actually put in the blood, sweat, and tears. I think a lot of people don't realize that. I think it's all pretty, but I'm up at 11, 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning after I put my children to bed, like recipe developing for my new cookbook. Or I'm, you guys all know, there's like, in this day and age with our cell phones, like work does not stop. There's no such thing as a 9 to 5 anymore. We work round the clock because our phones are always by our sides.
Not mine.
Me either.
Do you, a lot of, everyone here pretty much has the same kind of like 24/7
we're all in the same
work
boat.
life. This is something I've sort of become obsessed with lately. I'm asking people, like, what do you do, be it like crystals or meditation or sports or whatever, to keep yourself centered and sane?
I am figuring that out, and it's always been my mission to be like vulnerable and be my real self. I've never really sugar-coated anything, and I've always gotten in trouble for that, and it's fine. But for me, prayer is the number one thing that helps for me, as simple and as eye-rolling as that sounds. That is what works for me. Figuring out or stopping to think about the good things in my life when I'm feeling negative and down also help. I think that for me lately, it's been working out, which is a new thing for me. It's not something that I've ever really enjoyed. But I realize that when I get the adrenaline going, it helps. And there's also like, everybody says therapy. I haven't gotten there yet, but I have the intention to do so. There's such a stigma with it, but I do have the intention to do that. And then just confiding in the people around me and having them let me know that everything's okay. So.
Well, we've got lots of different, everyone here, I've been sort of like polling the crowd. There are all different kinds of therapies that we've been learning about. There's this new, you can tell I'm obsessed with this, rapid eye movement thing where you relive.
Wait, what is this?
It's what's it called? EMDR. Thank you, Brooke. I've like said it 3 different ways on the stage. Thank you. EMDR. Brooke was telling about it. Lots of people. EMDR. It's supposed to be life-changing. Also, there are a lot of fans of transcendental meditation in the crowd.
Okay.
But I want to know specifically for you, because I think that while many of us have tough, fun, exciting jobs we're passionate about, and careers and lives and family, and it's all super fun and hard, and we live on that, we thrive on that, like, oh, it's so hard, but I'm killing it, and I'm a badass, and I'm a boss. And then to also be living your entire personal life out in public, on Instagram and on TV and on, I mean, that must be a whole other pressure of trying to stay sane.
It is. I would say, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like, I would say for a long time, I was the woe is me girl. And then lately, I've realized it's just a part of my life. And I do attribute a lot of that to seeing the way that my husband handles himself, to be honest. I know we're at a women's event, but he handles himself well with what he's dealt with.
We like men. We do like men.
And I think he's definitely set the tone for our family. And so just seeing the way he deals with it and sort of lets it roll off of his shoulder, the blessings well outweigh the awkwardness of the situation we're in with our lives. I'll be like, I can't go to Rite Aid and get my medication, or I couldn't go to Target today. And he's like, yeah, but... And I'm like, you're right. Everybody's safe. Everyone's healthy. And those are the things that we're grateful for, and the blessings and the impact that we're able to have within the community around us are what is important. I feel like a lot of people focus on their legacy. Like, what am I going to leave? Like, what are people going to think of me when I'm gone? And for him and I and our family, like, we're very focused on what is the impact we're making with the people around us, more so than what are we leaving. I could care less what people think. When you're gone, you're gone. I could care less what people think about that. It's what impact are we making, so that I know that my children are okay when we're gone, and I know that my children's children are okay. So that's really what gives me solace, and like what gives me the confidence to press on, upwards and onwards.
Okay, one last question, and then we have the craziest thing to show you. I don't even know how it's going to work, and some of you are going to have to back
that crazy.
Okay, it's a thing, though. It's a thing. Just restaurants. Aren't they like notoriously the most difficult business of all? Why did you choose to open many, 100%. And how's it going?
It's great. Like the behind the scenes. I'm so lucky in the fact that I have the easy end of the job, right? I promote, but the behind the scenes things are the logistics, the honing in on just everything is crazy. And I work with Mina Group, and so they've left it to me to have so much fun with what I do. And so I am very few of the lucky ones where I get to do recipe development when I choose. I get to show up and show out, like tonight. It's fun. I get to have a drink, but there's people back there busting their butts to make sure that everything gets out right. And the industry is crazy, but I'm telling you, not a lot of people complain, because if you're in the hospitality industry, what Chef Michael told me is if you're in the kitchen for 5 minutes, you know whether you're supposed to be there or not. And so I quickly realized, oh my God, I love being here. And it's really what I feel like I was set out on this earth to do, is to make people happy through the vessel of food. And so we're actually opening our 5th location in December in Vegas, which I'm excited about. Half dangerous, half exciting, because it is Vegas. But if there's a place to be, I feel like that's the place to be outside of being here in San Francisco. So we're really excited. But it is a tough industry. But for me, why I do it is because I realize how much, anywhere you go in the world, it brings people together. Sitting around that family table, whether you're with friends or family, I feel like your friends ultimately become family, and we have to use that word a little more loosely. But sitting around that table, communicating, growing, that's real growth. Putting our phones down, engaging with each other. You learn a little bit more about the person next to you. And I think it's so special, even with your children. For those of you that have children, that's my biggest mission, is countless studies that show that children are better in school, they're smarter, they have a better shot at life, they have a better chance of going to college, they have a better chance of being better parents and thriving. So just, it's so funny that as simple as a table, enjoying a meal together, it makes a difference. And it's not something a lot of people think about. And so that's why I decided to get into the restaurant industry. Because I know everybody wants to go out sometimes and have a little fun outside of their home. And so I wanted to create a safe space for myself and my family and my husband to be able to go and enjoy ourselves and let our hair down a little bit, take our extension clips out every now and then. And I'm just
you are so articulate.
me, not him. But yeah, that's why I'm...
It's hard to articulate the power of like food and family, and I think you do such a really great job doing that.
Thank
so
you.
That sounds nice.
Thank you so much.
Now, you have a really fun trick, and why and what, and I know this is like a thing.
Yeah, this is a thing. So this is my party trick. I've got a lot more, but you'd have to get a couple more tricks and figure out the rest.
We can do that.
But this is how I like to get the party started. I have a fun story. We hosted an Obama Foundation dinner at my restaurant, and I was quite nervous, and I said, okay, can I savor a bottle of champagne? And so, of course, our kitchen was like, yeah, of course. And I forgot that Secret Service was there and the whole thing. And I was standing right behind President Obama's head with a knife and a champagne bottle in my element, honestly, oblivious. Like, my hair's really dark today, but blondes really do have more fun. And in that moment, I was totally, utterly, as platinum blonde as they come. And, I was just standing there doing what I do. And I didn't realize that they were inching towards me, about to tackle me.
Oh my God.
Secret Service. But I savored it. Let's hope it happens well tonight. But it got the party starting, and it's honestly one of the best nights ever.
Oh,
so
so
tonight's going to be epic, hopefully. So I'm going to open this up, and we're going to just savor it to pop this thing off.
Where do I stand to?
I'll do it this way. I'll stand here and do it outward.
Okay.
Hopefully there's nobody walking their dog.
Okay, someone might want to check that. But this is awesome. Is someone filming this? Yes. Many people. If we don't get it on film, it didn't really happen.
Yeah. Right?
Did you bring your own saber?
I did not. They
Okay.
so nicely provided me with one, but
Oh, they have everything.
so funny. I've always used my knife, like my chef's knife. I've actually never used a saber.
Oh, you're
So
kidding.
this is a first for me. I've used iPhones.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, you want me to use an iPhone?
No, I wanted to see the saber. I just
Should we use an
your
iPhone?
very
Okay,
first
I'll use a saber. I'd be happy to use my iPhone though. But I
Do you have
use
another bottle? Is there another bottle?
I use a saber.
Woo! Okay. Jesus Christ.
To the woman. Count with me. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.